Thank you for choosing to fly Chris Hamker's Drinks in a Movie. We appreciate that every one of you has chosen to fly our airlines. A few safety tips before we begin. Number 1, always drink responsibly. Never drink and drive. Number 2, always use the right materials in making your drinks, even though Chris doesn't. Number 3, the exits are located here, and here, and here, and here.
In case you want to click off.
Use these only in extreme circumstances, like if you do not like what Chris is saying. Number 4, if you do not like what Chris is saying, you can go straight to hell. Thank you for choosing Drinks in a Movie. And just so you know, your sky miles mean nothing.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Drinks in a Movie. Chris Hamker back with you. Today we'll be talking about Clint Eastwood's new movie, Sully. But first, let's start with a drink, because you should always start with a drink. We're making a drink called the Paper Plane, or the Paper Airplane. And the Paper Plane consists of, and my stewardess is exactly right, I'm not using the exact ingredients of the recipe that I found. I'm replacing Lemoncello with an Italian liqueur called Amaro, because that thing is really expensive and I don't feel like buying that. So, what the drink consists of is equal parts, 1 to 1 to 1, bourbon, Campari, limoncello, and lemon juice. So we'll start with the bourbon. Into a shaker, shake it up, and served in a martini glass. 1. Campari. Lemoncello. And then lemon juice. Different from limoncello, in case you're wondering. Alright. So you shake this well and serve. Too bad they don't have, these nice shakers on airplanes. All they do is just give you that tiny little bottle and orange juice. Anyway, there we go. Let's give this a try. All right. Kind of pink, looks delicious. Oh, that is pretty damn good. Cheers, everybody. Sully is directed by Clint Eastwood and stars Tom Hanks and is about Sully Sullenberger, pilot of an American Airlines passenger plane who had to do an emergency water landing on the Hudson River in 2009, saving 155 souls, as they put it in the movie. Now, the movie starts right after the incident happens, and at the start of the investigations. They only show the incident in flashbacks, and that's about it. They also show a couple of historical flashbacks of Captain Sullenberger, starting to learn to fly, and a couple of other things to kind of round out his character a bit. Tom Hanks is great as Sully and continues to prove he's one of the greatest actors working today. He gives a quiet, understated performance, but you can tell that there's a lot of emotion brimming underneath the surface. Aaron Eckhart is also very good as his co-pilot. Clint Eastwood is sometimes a great filmmaker, but for every Unforgiven and A Perfect World, there is a Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil and The Changeling, and I feel like this is not one of his greatest efforts. That having been said, I don't feel like there's enough here to require the talents of Hanks or even Clint Eastwood as a director. This is Clint Eastwood's shortest film, and there's a reason why. I mean, there's just not enough story here. There's the parts where they actually show the forced water landing, and that is a very tense, very well-made scene, and I really enjoyed that part, but that was maybe a half an hour of the movie. The rest is kind of just about people doing their jobs. I mean, Sully had to do a forced water landing. There is, of course, an investigation. It turns out he made the right decision. So I don't understand why this movie was made. Now, was it an amazing, heroic event that happened back in 2009 that caught the attention of pretty much all of us for about a week? Sure. Is Sully Sullenberger a great pilot and a hero and saved a lot of lives that day? Absolutely. But everything else just seemed to be padding and frankly wasn't compelling enough to make a full movie out of this. I mean, it was barely an hour and a half long, and parts it was kind of boring. Plus, Laura Linney, who plays Sully's wife, is completely wasted in this. Her entire part is essentially her talking to Tom Hanks over the phone. Look, all in all, it was a well-made, competent movie, but that's sometimes not enough. I'm going to give this movie a 2.5 drinks out of 5. Clint Eastwood is very hit and miss for me for his movies. I think he's 50-50. Some movies he makes are, and it's weird, excellent, but then the other end are just boring and go nowhere. And this one's kind of right in the middle to me. I tell you what, let me know what your favorite Clint Eastwood movie is. There's a lot of them. Check it out on IMDb. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me. If you like this, don't forget to click down here and subscribe. I'm on Twitter, Facebook. I've got my website down there. Check that out as well. Thanks so much, everybody. Cheers. Have a drink on me.